Hi, how you doing today? Yep, this was a day when I was a kid. Oh, I was excited about this one. And growing up Catholic, you know what that means? The next day you have it off from school, which was really a treat. I want to share something I picked up from Jonathan Cahn, Book of Mysteries. So the teacher and the student, they're in these living quarters, and they're outside, they're on this terrace, and it was interesting because there was a table and there was a candle that was lit on the table. But then the sun starts going down and the sky begins to darken. That kind of happens every day. And the teacher said when we first sat down, the sun was still shining, even on the candle, and the light of the candle blended in with the light of the day. The two lights were in harmony. But then what happened? Well, the student's like, well, it grew dark, right? So the teacher goes on, he says, so now the light of the candle is no longer in harmony with its surroundings. It no longer blended in. As the sky darkened, the candle stood out more and more dramatically. It was not the candle that changed, but everything around it. So now it was shining in marked contrast to its surroundings and against the darkness. So you might have noticed that I had a candle here the whole time. It was burning. But you might not have noticed it so much. Now you notice it a great deal. And if I were to turn the lights out behind me, you would notice it even more so. I think it's interesting. I've been looking forward to doing this, and I really didn't plan it to do it this week, but then I thought, might as well. Well, I'm going to put the lights back on, and I want to share a little bit more about this. What does all this reveal? Well, the candle in the day, that's us. Represents believers who shine in the midst of a Christian civilization, a Christian culture. It blends in with surrounding culture. Sometimes we feel like we're right at home in harmony with the culture around us. But sometimes the candle in the night represents the believer who shines in the midst of what we would call a post-Christian culture, an apostate civilization, an anti-Christian, even anti-biblical, anti-God culture. And I think some of us would recognize that, yeah, some of that's prevalent. And actually this very day that we're talking about it, though it's a lot of fun and games, there's also some kind of dark, serious stuff that's behind this day. So the culture and the props, if those good things are removed, the need for the light is even greater. The light of the gospel then in the darkness is no longer in harmony with the surrounding culture. The surrounding culture now stands in increasing opposition to the very radiance of the light. The light cannot blend in. It must now increasingly stand out in contrast to its surroundings and increasingly shine against the flow, so to speak. So if you had the choice, which one would you prefer? Well, the student here says, well, I'd really kind of like to be the candle in the daytime because then I fit in and the world around me agrees with me. And the teacher says, yeah, but it's the candle at night that changes the world. It's the candle at night that shines in a way that's more profound. The candle shines in the daytime. I mean, you can tell it's lit, but it doesn't really offer any light. So it is at the very time when it's hardest to shine the light, my friends, that we really need to. That's the most crucial time. That's the most critical time. It is then that the light is most needed and when it shines with the greatest power. So never fear the darkness. Remember, you're the light. Jesus said, greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Shine into the world, especially into the night, and you'll light the world. Jesus said that you are the light of the world. He didn't say try to be. He said you are. And I love what Daniel says, and we'll close with this. In Daniel chapter 12, those who are wise will shine as bright as the sky, and those who lead many to righteousness will shine like the stars forever. The stars are always out there during the day, but you only see that one, the sun. But wait till night, and then you see the stars. May you be that kind of star in this generation, in this culture. God bless you. Have a great week.